Hello, PodQuiver listeners. Today is a very special episode. We are not talking about business. We are not talking about money.
No. Today, we are talking about you. Specifically, we are talking about the very thing you are doing right now, learning English.
Oh, I have a feeling this is going to be personal. You know, Alex, I studied English for 12 years in school. Elementary, high school, university. But when I met a native speaker, I froze. I couldn't say a word.
That is the classic story, Sarah. And I want to tell you, it is not your fault. You fell into the school trap.
The school trap? Is that why I still translate everything in my head before I speak?
Exactly. Traditional schools treat language like math. They give you formulas. Subject plus verb plus object. They teach you rules about past perfect continuous tense.
Ugh, I hated memorizing those rules.
Here is the truth. Native speakers don't know the rules. If you ask an American regular guy, "Why do you use the present perfect here?" he will say, "I don't know, it just sounds right."
So, we are learning rules that native speakers don't even think about?
Yes. Stephen Krashen, a famous linguist, distinguishes between language learning and language acquisition. Learning is conscious knowledge about grammar. Acquisition is a subconscious feeling for the language. You want acquisition. You want it to feel natural.
That makes sense. But Alex, maybe I'm just not talented. I hear people say, I don't have the language gene, or I'm too old.
Ah, the talent myth. This is the biggest lie in language learning. "I'm too old" is just an excuse.
But isn't it true that children learn faster? Their brains are like sponges.
Children have high neuroplasticity, yes. But adults have something better: discipline and logic. Studies show that adults can actually learn vocabulary faster than children because we understand concepts already.
Really? So why do kids seem fluent so quickly?
Because they have no fear, and they are surrounded by the language 24/7. An adult studies for 1 hour a week and expects fluency. A child listens for 12 hours a day. It's a volume game, not a talent game.
Immersion. That's the key word. So the polyglots, people who speak 5 languages, they aren't geniuses?
No. I've met many polyglots. They are normal people. They just have a better method. They don't memorize lists of words. They consume content they love.
Content they love. That sounds much better than reading a textbook about the history of potatoes.
Exactly. If you like cooking, watch cooking videos in English. If you like business, listen to PodQuiver. Your brain will only remember what it finds interesting.
I feel more motivated already. It's not my brain, it's my method. Let's pause for a quick vocabulary recap. These are important terms for learners. First, acquisition.
Acquisition is the subconscious process of picking up a language naturally, like a child, not memorizing rules.
Second, neuroplasticity. The brain's ability to reorganize itself by forming new neural connections. Basically, your brain can change at any age.
Third, polyglot. A person who knows and is able to use several languages.
And fourth, immersion. The state of being deeply engaged or covered by something. In this case, the English environment.
So, we know we need acquisition, not just learning. But how do we do it? Is speaking the best way? Or is it listening?
Most people say, you have to speak to learn. But in the next part, Alex is going to tell us why that might be wrong. Stay tuned for the input hypothesis.
Welcome back to part 2. Before the break, Sarah mentioned the most common advice in language learning. You must speak to learn.
Yes, every guru says, go out and talk to strangers. Don't be shy. But honestly, Alex, that advice terrifies me.
It terrifies you because you are not ready. And according to the linguist Stephen Krashen, that advice is actually backward. Speaking does not cause language acquisition.
Wait, speaking doesn't help me learn?
Speaking is the result of learning. It is not the cause. Think about a bank account. Listening and reading are deposits. Input. You put money in. Speaking and writing are withdrawals. Output. You take money out.
Oh, I like that metaphor. So if I try to speak before I listen,
You get an insufficient funds error. You can't withdraw money you haven't deposited. You can't output words you haven't heard.
so the key is to deposit more?
Exactly. Krashen calls this comprehensible input. This is the golden rule of language learning.
Comprehensible input. Comprehensible means understandable, right?
Yes, but there is a formula. I plus 1. I is your current level. Plus 1 is just a little bit harder. If you listen to CNN News and you understand 0%, that is I plus 10. It's noise. You learn nothing. If you listen to Baby Shark and understand 100%, that is I plus 0. You learn nothing new.
So I need the Goldilocks zone. Not too hard, not too easy, just right. Like this podcast?
Exactly. If you understand 70 to 80% of what we say, your brain will naturally figure out the other 20% from context. That is how acquisition happens.
That takes the pressure off. So I can just listen? I don't have to force myself to speak yet?
No, in fact, linguists talk about the silent period. Think about a baby. Does a baby start speaking the day it is born?
No. They just listen and observe for like 2 years.
Right. For 2 years, they are just absorbing input. Then one day they say mama. Adults skip this. We try to speak on day 1, we fail, we feel stupid, and we quit.
We are so impatient. So Alex, how do I get more comprehensible input? Should I watch movies?
Movies are great, but be careful. Hollywood movies use slang, mumbling, and explosions. They are often I plus 10.
That's why I always need subtitles. Is it cheating to use subtitles?
No, it is not cheating. If English subtitles help you understand the audio, then they turn noise into comprehensible input. Use them.
Phew, I thought I was a bad student.
The only bad student is the one who stops. The best method is extensive listening. Listen while you cook, while you drive, while you shower. Fill your brain with English.
Fill your brain. I love that. Okay, let's recap the academic terms from this section. First, comprehensible.
Comprehensible means able to be understood. If you don't understand the message, you are not learning the language.
Second word, proficiency. This refers to your level of skill or expertise. We want to reach high proficiency.
And third, hypothesis. A proposed explanation made on the basis of limited evidence. In this case, the input hypothesis.
So, input is king. But Alex, eventually I do have to speak, right? And when I do, I get sweaty palms. I'm scared of making mistakes.
That is the affective filter, the fear that blocks your brain. We will talk about how to destroy the fear of speaking in the next part. Welcome back to part 3. We know that input is crucial. But have you ever noticed something strange? You can understand a movie perfectly when you are alone,
Yep.
but the moment a native speaker asks you a question, your mind goes blank?
Oh, totally. It's like my brain shuts down. I forget basic words like table or chair. Why does that happen? Am I stupid?
You are not stupid. You are stressed. Stephen Krashen calls this the affective filter.
Affective relates to moods and feelings, right?
Yes. Imagine a gate in your brain. When your anxiety is high, the gate closes. The input cannot get in, and the output cannot get out. It doesn't matter how much you studied, the gate is locked.
So when I'm nervous about making mistakes, I'm literally locking my own brain?
Exactly. Cortisol, the stress hormone, blocks access to your language centers. But when you are relaxed, the filter is low. The gate is open.
That explains why I speak better English after 1 glass of wine.
Technically, yes. Alcohol lowers inhibitions. But you can't be drunk all the time. You need to lower the filter naturally.
But how? I'm scared of the grammar police. I'm scared people will judge my accent.
Let's talk about that fear. the fear of looking stupid. It's a primal fear. But ask yourself, when you hear a foreigner speaking your language with mistakes, do you laugh at them?
No, of course not. I think it's cute. I appreciate that they are trying.
Exactly. That is the spotlight effect. You think everyone is analyzing your grammar. In reality, they are just focusing on the message. They want to understand you, not grade your test.
So I need to stop trying to be perfect?
Perfectionism is the enemy of fluency. If you wait until you can speak perfectly, you will be silent forever. You have to be willing to sound like a baby.
Be willing to sound like a baby. That requires humility.
It requires vulnerability. Language learning is a vulnerable act. You are stripping away your intelligence and sophistication. You are an adult, but you sound like a 3-year-old. That hurts the ego.
It really does. I want to sound smart, but because I can't express my smart thoughts in English, I feel limited.
But the only way out is through. You must embrace the mistakes. Every mistake is just data. It tells you what you need to learn next.
Mistakes are data. I like that mindset shift. Instead of, I failed, it's, I found a gap in my knowledge.
Correct. So, to lower your affective filter, stop caring about the grammar police. Find a safe environment. Talk to people who encourage you, not judge you.
And maybe talk to myself first? In the shower?
That is brilliant advice. Self-talk is zero risk. No one can hear you. It builds muscle memory without the anxiety.
Okay, I'm going to have some very interesting conversations with my shampoo bottle tonight.
Whatever works. The goal is to keep the gate open. Relax. Smile. Breathe.
Let's recap the psychology terms from this section. They are super useful for describing feelings. First, affective.
Affective relates to moods, feelings, and attitudes. The affective filter is your emotional block.
Second, inhibition. A feeling that makes one self-conscious and unable to act in a relaxed way. Alcohol lowers inhibitions. Fear raises them.
Third, vulnerable. Exposed to the possibility of being attacked or harmed, either physically or emotionally. Learning requires vulnerability.
And fourth, the spotlight effect. The psychological phenomenon where people tend to overestimate how much others notice their mistakes.
So we have the method, input, and the mindset, low filter. But Sarah, what happens when you get good, but then you stop improving?
Ah, the dreaded intermediate plateau, where you feel stuck forever. We will talk about how to break through that wall in the final part.
Welcome to the final stretch. Sarah, tell me if this sounds familiar. You learned fast in the beginning. You can order coffee, introduce yourself, and ask directions. But then, progress stops.
Yes, that is exactly where I am. I feel like I've been at the intermediate level for 5 years. I understand most things, but I can't express deep thoughts. I feel stuck.
Welcome to the intermediate plateau. This is where 90% of learners give up.
Why does it happen? Did my brain get full?
No, your brain got efficient. You learned enough English to survive. Your brain says, okay, I can buy food and find the toilet. Good enough. I don't need to learn the word philosophical to survive.
Ah, the good enough trap. So to get to advanced, I have to force my brain out of the comfort zone?
Exactly. You need to change your strategy. You can't just absorb anymore. You need deliberate practice.
Give me a technique, Alex. How do I practice deliberately?
Technique number 1, shadowing. This is powerful for pronunciation and fluency.
Shadowing? Like following someone?
Like a shadow. You listen to a native speaker, like this podcast, and you repeat exactly what they say at the exact same time. You mimic their speed, their emotion, and their pauses.
Wait, at the same time? Not listen, pause, repeat?
No pausing. If they speak fast, you speak fast. It forces your mouth muscles to move like a native speaker. It's gym class for your tongue.
That sounds intense, but I can see how that builds muscle memory.
It works wonders. Technique number 2, Narrow input. Stop watching random daily vlogs.
Hey, I like daily vlogs. What's wrong with them?
The vocabulary is too simple. I woke up, I ate toast. You already know those words. If you want to be advanced, pick one topic. Let's say, psychology.
Okay, psychology.
Watch 50 videos only about psychology. You will hear words like cognitive, behavior, and subconscious over and over again. The repetition will force those advanced words into your long-term memory.
I get it. Go deep, not wide. That's how you break the plateau.
Precisely. So let's summarize our journey today. 1. Talent is a myth. It's about method. 2. Input first. Listen before you speak. 3. Lower the filter. Don't fear mistakes. 4. Shadowing. Train your muscles.
It's been an amazing episode. Before we say goodbye, let's do the final vocabulary review. First word, plateau.
A plateau is a state of little or no change following a period of activity or progress. Getting stuck.
Second, nuance. A subtle difference in or shade of meaning, expression, or sound. Advanced speakers understand nuance.
Third, shadowing. A language learning technique where you repeat audio immediately as you hear it.
And finally, consistency. Doing something regularly. Because 10 minutes a day is better than 5 hours once a month.
We hope this episode destroyed your doubts. You can become fluent. You just need to keep showing up.
Don't let the school trap stop you. Your brain is ready.
Tell us in the comments, what is your biggest frustration? Is it grammar, listening, or fear? Let's talk about it.
Thanks for listening to PodQuiver. Keep listening, keep shadowing, and we'll see you in the next one.
Bye.
Bye!